guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. Before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. In this very particular episode, I want to talk about when your collections start accumulate energy. Why would I talk about this topic? Very simple. Many of us always have some kind of collection, whether it's shoes, jacket, sometimes it can be crystal, sometimes it could be figurine, etc. So it will, collection, you all know, eventually it will get to a point that's kind of overwhelming. You know what I mean? So it can be scattering all over the house, and it could be so overwhelmed, it start accumulate energy. Why would it start accumulate energy? There are things in this under this universe that naturally have property that will accumulate energy, which I did mention a long time ago, especially those one that is made from the natural material, so such as wood, such as crystal, such as rock. They have the nature or tendency of accumulate energy. So if you do have a habit of scattering them everywhere around the house, it's only nature that they will accumulate energy. Now, aside from that, there are also figurine. Figurine can be anything. Sometimes can be model, like people model, or some demon model, or some game modeling. Like, people just have a habit of collecting them. The reality is, if you do have a collection of some habit that usually mirrors something that you have, or some feeling that you're missing, or could be some good feeling that you experienced in the past life as well. For example, if in the past life you were a hunter, and then you are you have a habit of hunting and also chop off the head to display your trophy, in this particular life you would tend to have a tendency of liking them, or you're drawn to them. Or let's say maybe you're working in the post office in 15th century, and then you were seeing all the stamp, or somehow some way this place will have a good memory that you associate with letter. Also, in this particular life, you may be drawn to the stamp or letter as well. So in this very particular episode, we are not going to talk about what collection that you will have, like associated to your habit. We simply talk about if you do have a very overwhelming collection, to a point that either your other half or your friends come to you and say, I think you have a little bit too many of those, or I think you need to get rid of some. Or even some people who could be a psychic too, or sensitive like I am, go to your house and feel, well, it's a little bit overwhelming. Maybe your collection start collecting energy. Collecting energy is not too scary, but a lot of time, if your collection happen to be a figurine, like human look, or somewhat somehow people like figure, sensitive people might refer to it as it's being possessed by some spirit. So it's no longer an energy, is actually a spirit. In this kind of situation, what are you going to do? I mean, you do like your collection, and then you really don't want to get rid of them. And now they are saying, oh, my figurine is possessed by a spirit. I know. The first thing you're going to ask me, is it possible? Yes, it is. It is possible, just because, that's stupid thing that spirit do sometimes. But does that mean they can cause you any harm? In this very particular episode, I'm just simply suggesting there's also a way for you to clear it up without freaking yourself out. Rule 1. Rule number 1. Please put your collection in shelf or together in one area. Does that make sense? Instead of having scattered all over the house or around the house, my suggestion to you is try to group all your collection together. That way, not only it helps you figure out what I have and what I don't have, it also show like a grand prize or trophy, like, look, this is what I have. You can also display to friends and etc. in a very organized, beautiful way. If you could color coding it, group it in the color. Group your collection in color. Trust me, it looks so good. Or group it by the category. Have it in a way that's very system. Like you have a good system on it. So when people come to see your collection, they're not going to get overwhelmed by it. Like, oh my God, it's just all over the place. I got no idea what you have. Then after you have done this, if your collection happen to be figurine or happen to be the material that could be accumulating the energy. Remember, all the stuff like this is made from the natural material most likely have a tendency to collect energy. That's just what they are. So if that belongs to what you collect, then now after you organize it in one shelf or bookshelf, you could easily using sage, or you can using, I find a couple wood essential oil really help. Like for your reference, you can try to use some sandalwood essential oil, which everybody use all the time. But if you don't happen to be, I really don't like that smell. I like something else. Those are a couple of things you can try too. Cedar always work. I don't know why, but cedar always work. And then pine work too. Good thing about pine is it also would trigger some kind of harvest and Thanksgiving kind of feeling. So you feel a little bit, not only you clean your energy, you also give you kind of fulfillment type of feeling. So sage, a lot of Western country people use it. You will ask me how often should you do that? How often should you clean it? Clean your energy. You don't have to do it every day unless you have been building it up for a really long time. If you've never done that for at least 3 years and up, I will say if this is your first time doing this kind of clean up, 3 days would be a good time. Using 3 days sage or burning diffuser or essential oil, whatever you can find in your house, do a 3 days cleaning. Then once a month is good enough, okay? Once a month is good enough because you keep everything in one place and then you clean it only once a month. But if you have something that you would consider reselling it, like this, I don't know if it's good energy or bad energy, you're not quite sure, you say, well, I really don't sense it and I don't know what to do about it. Such as a crystal, a lot of people, crystal is kind of the face things, right? Like this period of time, I feel like getting all of a sudden, I'm not into it anymore, but they're so beautiful and I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to sell all those bad energy or good energy, whatever energy you have to other people. In this case, I would always suggesting place that specific item under the sun, have a good bath, and if you ever want to wash them, like clean them, wash them, just throw in a pinch of salt, sea salt, just pinch a sea salt, do a nice cleaning, and then place it under the sun, let it have a good sun bath for 1 good day to 2 days. Then you can pretty much wrap it all up and ready to sell for other people. Get it? So anyway, just want to commenting up here. Depending of your mind, freaking out. Somebody say my collection has spirits. Ooh, it could be true, but if you're a strong person to begin with, you really should not worry so much about it. Okay, so just 2 simple tips for you guys. Again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website ruowen.com. For now, we got a new collection that is Patreon. If you're interested to see my personal creation or you like to join me on conversational, not no longer you're tired of listening to me from now on, you just like to have a conversation with me, you're more than welcome to join me on Patreon. I will see you there then. Till then, next time. Bye now.